This is your boy Is Nefarious, and I am here for a preseason week 4 team report. Um, I missed week 1, but I'm on schedule for every other week. This is right before the start of the season. I already made my cuts, so we'll go to see who actually made the squad, what the starting lineup's going to look like, and all that good stuff, and maybe some insight into how I did my cuts and how I wanted my team to be set up. Just 1 second. So let's go ahead and hop in it real quick. We'll do this all in depth chart so we could do the starters and everything. Actually, before I do that, let me show you the injuries real quick. We sustained a couple injuries in the preseason. As you can see, Mike Gesicki is out for 1 more week, so he'll be ready as of week 1 of the regular season. He's going to be our starter at tight end. He's more athletic. Gronk has regressed a bit. We'll go through that once I go into depth chart. Tristan Crowder's the other one. He's a backup, so I'm not too worried about that, but he's only out for a couple more weeks anyway. So let's go ahead and take a look at the depth chart. We'll go through the starters. I got a team blog that I'm going to post soon too regarding this, so if you don't watch this video, or you could read it, watch it, whatever you want to do. Let's start with quarterback. So Kyle Schumer was the starter last year for most of the season. He ended up getting injured. In came Dylan McCaffrey, the rookie, and he performed exceptionally well. I put in Dylan McCaffrey last season just because we were out of the playoff race, and I just wanted to throw shit up against the wall and see what I had there. So he came in, he performed really well, and I'm happy as to the fact that nope, never mind. I would show you in roster, but he got a star development, so that's going to help him progress even more than he already has. As you can see, that deep accuracy was in the high 60s, I believe last season. Now he's up to 75. So that deep accuracy is going to continue to climb, and once he gets a good deep ball, then I think we'll be all set. It's tough letting Kyle Schumer go as a starter, but I mean, he performed well, but he didn't perform well enough where he's definitely the starter. So that's why Dylan McCaffrey's going to be the starter there, and we'll see how he does throughout the season. Quarterback could again be the same as it's always been in a revolving door. Let's move over to running back. The running back situation. So Max Borghi is going to be our starter. Great out of the backfield. He's got a star development as well. As you can see, good spin move, good juke move. The major reason he's going to be the starter as well is, as you can see, the 84 injury rating to the 89. I'd rather give him the bulk of the carries and sparingly use Bryce Love, so I don't lose him for the whole season. And if Max Borghi goes down, then it's the next man up pretty much mentality. But Max Borghi is going to be the starter. I tried to move Najee Harris. I want to say I gave up on him, but the more I think about it, the more I want to use him still. So he'll be mixed in once in a while. We'll see if he could break out of his funk. If not, oh well. But I will keep I will keep shopping him around and seeing if I can get him to move. As far as the fullback, we got Andy Davidson here. We picked him up in free agency. I don't know who he was with his first season, but he's got a superstar development. He's pretty much a guy that could probably do it all. I mean, the 76 speed ain't the best. His run blocking is pretty good, if I remember correctly. decent pass blocking there for a fullback, and yeah, he's got good run blocking. His lead blocking is also pretty good, and his impact blocking is pretty good. But we signed him. He's going to be our starting fullback. As far as wide receivers, so when it comes to wide receivers, Felton Davis is obviously our number one. After that, it's going to be A.J. Brown, but it could be the same thing as last year where Trevon Grimes gets mixed in there as a second wide receiver. Maybe I'd throw more 3 wide receiver sets, given how the tight end position is not terrible, but it's not the best, so maybe 3 wide receiver sets will work. And then I also picked up KJ Hamler, who was put on the practice squad for the Tennessee Titans. I needed another speed threat after losing Philip Dorsett. So in comes KJ Hamler, and he'll be mixed in thoroughly with Trevon Grimes to add some speed to the outside. Tight end, like I said, Rob Gronkowski is not going to be the starter. It's actually going to be Mike Gesicki. So Rob Gronkowski is pretty much going to be a run block specialist. As you can see, his speed dropped drastically with a 78. His catching's at a 73, catching traffic 84, spectacular catch 88. The rest of it's not too bad, but he's pretty much going to use for blocking situations, because excuse me, he's still a good run blocker and pass blocker. He's still a good blocking option. When it comes to left tackle, it's going to stick with Isaac Weaver. He was a starting left tackle last season. He performed pretty well. He wasn't. He wasn't amazing. He has high pass blocking ability, but for some reason he gave up a lot of sacks. Maybe this season he has a little better go of it. We'll have to see. But he's going to be the starting left tackle. Kalichi Osemele is going to be the starting left guard for now. At one point we might move on to Steven Gonzalez, who's got a decent run block, good run block, foot finesse, yeah, that's pretty much it. He's got good run block finesse, but everything else is pretty garbage. The pass block's decent, but the secondary stuff is not with the 71 and 71. So Kalichi Osemele is going to stay there until either I feel like putting Steven Gonzalez in, or the actually injured Tristan Crowder, who's also able to really step in there and be a starter. Dave Andrews obviously is going to stick as a center. He's actually, when I checked, he's like top 6 centers in the league as far as overall. So he's going to stay there, and hopefully he continues to play the way he did last season. He's pretty good in both the run and pass. Shaq Mason, starting right guard, one of the better offensive linemen in the league last year. Surprisingly, didn't give up a sack all season, even though his pass block is probably his weaker of the two. He's definitely a better run blocker, and that's really where he's used. But not even one sack, I believe, all season last season. So that's great, especially from a run blocking guard like that. Aaron Hagler had a great season last season at right tackle. As you can see, his pass blocking is pretty good. Working on his run blocking this season. I want to pretty much make him a balanced kind of blocker. Next week I'll go over who's going to be my content guys and who I'm going to build off content this season. But as far as starting right tackle, we got Aaron Hagler. Hopefully he has another good season like last year. When it comes to left end, it was a battle between Chris Hinton and then Dean Lowry, and I think I'm gonna go with Dean Lowry as the guy. He's a big defensive lineman, pretty good power rush, decent block shedding. Um, he's got good pursuit. Trying to see what makes him better than Chris Hinton. What makes him even close to Chris Hinton when it comes to overall. But Dean Lowry pretty much is getting this position just because he's the veteran compared to Hinton, and he's also got better acceleration and better speed. So we're gonna stick him in there for a little bit, see how he does. He was a free agent signing. As you see, Trey Flowers down here. Trey Flowers is kind of, I don't want Trey Flowers. I want somebody to take Trey Flowers. Kind of the same thing with Najee Harris, but the difference is I really don't want Trey Flowers. Najee Harris is just on the move because of how many running back options I have. But when it comes to Trey Flowers, please just take Trey Flowers. I don't want him. So hit the DMs, do whatever you got. Play recognition 91, 89 power moves, good block shedding, good tackling. Good pursuit, good acceleration with that speed, pretty good strength. So come get him. I don't want him anymore. Please just take him. When it comes to right end, the starter is going to be Malik McDowell. Malik McDowell, given his overall, you'd say, why is he the starter? Well, he's starting pretty much because he performs. For some odd reason, he just has a knack for performing. Even last year he had a couple sacks in like 3 games played or something like that. He's got decent block shed. He's got decent power move, decent finesse move, good hit power, good pursuit. He's kind of playing that right end position, which is going to be more of a run stuffing position. As you see here, he's got good speed, good acceleration, good agility as well. He's another big body with that can move, so that's why he's pretty much there. And like I said, he performs, so that's why he's in that spot right now. As far as defensive tackle, we're gonna move on from Danny Shelton. Not completely move on, like move him in a trade, but we are going to move on as far as a starter. Daryl Slayton is going to step in and be that starter. I've been working on him for years now. The power moves 95. The play recognition still needs work, but good block shed, good tackling, good hit power. The pursuit needs work as well. But he's ready to take over, and we're going to roll with him this season. As far as left outside linebacker, we're going to pretty much stay with Josh Watson. He was adapting to the position last year, I think, a little bit. He was originally a right outside linebacker, as his position states. He was originally a right outside linebacker until Vic Beasley came in, and then he kind of got bumped over to left outside linebacker. He kind of was adapting to it, but he still ended up with more sacks than Vic Beasley after starting off extremely slow. So hopefully he keeps building on that, and he has another good year. We'll see how that goes about. But he's a guy to watch. I'm pretty sure he still has star development as well. Behind him, we're going to have Dante Hightower, brought him back. Good power rusher. As you see, he's a scheme fit, so he's pretty much a scheme fit kind of player. Good hit power, so when he's out there and you run across him, he's gonna lick you real good. That sounded really terrible, but he's going to give you a good lick. And he's going to cause incompletions. Josh Watson, back to him for a second. His acceleration and his agility really hurt him. As far as I would have had him probably at right outside linebacker without even getting Vic Beasley. But I think that acceleration and agility affects him a little bit, especially the acceleration. He doesn't have a quick first step. I think it affects him getting to the quarterback a little bit. Middle linebacker. So we got Devin White, obviously linebacker 1, looking to have a bounce back season. He finished second when he was the second linebacker in a 3-4 behind Devondre Campbell. He really fed off Devondre Campbell and performed extremely well. Last season he became a linebacker 1, didn't perform as well. Kind of had to play linebacker 1 and cover up linebacker 2 because it was pretty much a tough season for the linebacking core. Hopefully Devin White could be even better this season. Maybe get back to being a top 3 linebacker in the AFC or NFC or the PML in general. This season he's got Samson Ubokam. I don't know how to pronounce that, but he's gonna plug in again and pretty much be the second linebacker with a mix of Palais Gotetti the fourth and Abdul Malik McLean. Malik McLean's obviously going to be a third down type of linebacker, extremely athletic, big guy. And then Gotetti the fourth is going to be pretty much a run stuffing type of linebacker. He has good hit power, good block shed, good pursuit. He has good finesse moves, so I mean, I wouldn't put him on the end, but if I wanted to, it could work out. Let's take a look at right outside linebacker. So Vic Beasley was the starter last season. This season, we're going to move on to the project piece in Jalen Redmond. See what he's got. He's got better block shedding, and he's going to be better against the run, I believe, than Vic Beasley Jr. So that's kind of what led me to putting him above Vic Beasley, even though Vic Beasley is the better overall player. Jalen Redmond's going to be able to rush the passer and also come off a block to make a tackle. So that's pretty much why he's there. The zone coverage hurts, the man coverage hurts, so when he drops back into coverage, that'll be tough, but the right outside linebacker is usually rushing in anyway. And Vic Beasley's pretty much going to be a third down type of guy, pass rush specialist. Let's go on to corner. Isaac Taylor-Stewart is going to be our number 2. He performed well last season, not the greatest, but there's really nobody here that I would rather put in there. Tut is not really there yet. Javaris Davis isn't there, the free agent signing. Tut, maybe if he gets a good development, he gets bumped into that second cornerback slot, but as of now, he's going to be the third and slot corner. After that, our number 1 corner is going to be Jamel Dean, obviously. One of the top corners in PNML. Great speed, great agility, great acceleration, great man coverage, pretty good zone coverage, good press. So he's all around our best corner, and he's going to continue to play that cornerback 1 and try to shut down their best option. As far as free safety, I'm going with 2 strong safeties at the safety position. I moved Butter Baker over to free safety just to get him over there and see the position FS next to his name. But he's moving over. He's got more of the speed to play that free safety position and really cover center field, as they say. Good pursuit, good hit power. He's got pretty good zone coverage. Man coverage is lacking. Play recognition is good. He had a pretty good preseason so far. A couple interceptions in the first game I played. So we're going to roll with him at the free safety position and see how he does. The other strong safety, the strong safety position in the other safety is going to be Ronnie Harrison, who I picked up in free agency. He's got pretty good athletic ability, great size. I like the size. He has good hit power with 87 hit power, good tackling. The pursuit is okay. The zone coverage is really good. You would think he'd be more of a downhill guy, but he's got really good zone coverage. Decent pursuit. The block shedding is but everything else is pretty good. So we're gonna roll with him because he's still got pretty good athleticism where I could trust him, and I like that hit power. As far as everything else, kicker, punter don't matter. Kick return, we might change that Casimir Allen, and then we're gonna have. So we're gonna have 2 speedy guys go ahead and do the kick returns. Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah, that'll do it. So we're gonna have Allen and Hamler both do the kick returns. Punt return, we're gonna take out Brown. We're gonna put Allen in there. Then we're gonna put Hamler behind him. Pretty much the same setup. Kickoff shot doesn't matter. Long snapper doesn't matter. Third down running back is gonna be Max Borghi. He's the better receiving back out of all my backs. That's kind of what his specialty is. Power running back is going to be Najee Harris, and then the backup is going to be, should it be Bryce Love? I don't think so. I'd rather go with Max Borghi because he's got a little more size. Yeah, Max Borghi will be the backup. Slot wide receiver, we got Trevon Grimes here. That's obviously going to be a revolving door. If I want A.J. Brown on the inside, Trevon Grimes on the outside. If I want Trevon Grimes on the inside, A.J. Brown on the outside. Maybe mix in Hamler there, here and there. Russian right end is going to stay Vic Beasley Jr., Jalen Redmond on the other side. Russian defensive tackle is going to be Nixon. He had a good preseason, so he's got great finesse move, as you see with the 86. He's got pretty good acceleration. I mean, he's not the fastest, but he's got good acceleration, good finesse moves, so you could probably cause some havoc in the middle. When it comes to the sub linebacker, we got Devin White, and then we got the rookie Jeremiah Cradell. Cradell, one reason he's not starting safety is because of that speed, so maybe he does a little damage in the middle, playing that sub linebacker slot. Maybe we switch him out throughout the season to really try other people. Maybe Ronnie Harrison jumps in there. Slot corner, as I said, Tut's going to be the slot corner, and Davis is going to be the backup there. Practice squad doesn't really matter, but that's pretty much going to do it. That's going to be our starting lineup from week 1. Who knows if there's going to be any changes, but that's pretty much what we're going to roll with and why we're going to roll with them. As week 1, I'll go over my content guys. I've already started doing content for them, this team report and other stuff to get them up there. I'll go over that next week and show you exactly who my content guys are going to be. Maybe a few extras, but I'll show you the main guys, and then maybe, like I said, the few extras that I'll use extra content on. But that's pretty much going to do it. I'll see you guys next week, and y'all have a good night.